So running the Vivor water distiller, it takes about 500 watts while it's running, and it is a sustained 500 watts. It's not like it gets up to temperature and then shuts off. So what I've put in there is the remainder of my ocean water that we collected from the Atlantic. And I was using that in conjunction with making olives. January the 8th, 2024. It's a little bit overcast today, thanks to the geoengineers. There was some clear patches in the sky, and I thought today would be a fun day to try my experiment of fully charging my off-grid battery and then trying to distill the remainder of my ocean water. So we're going to do that today.
So the numbers here are demonstrating that while the distiller is running, it is pulling 512, 513 watts. And the input from the solar panel that I have, which is a dedicated solar panel, as you can see from the cloud cover, is 48 or 50 watts. Well, it's a 120 watt solar panel, not great.
My point being that if you trace the cord of where this is getting power from, it's coming from my backup off-grid battery. And this thing started out at 100%, and it does not have infinite charge. Even though I've hooked it up to the solar panel, and it's currently getting around 42 watts, it's a little bit overcast today. And so in the summer, I expect that I'll get 120 watts for that solar panel while it's running, while it's daytime. So I'm assuming that I'll be able to do this and distill 4 liters of water in the summertime. I'm pretty excited about that. It's something that I've been meaning to do. And so basically, in this scenario, if this EcoFlow happens to die before that water is finished distilling, then 2 options. One is I turn my generator on and recharge the Bob, the outdoor battery, with this plug, which will charge it pretty quickly. Or, just wait for the solar panel to charge it while the sun is still out. So this is just something that I'm doing for myself to prove that we can distill the ocean off-grid. Of course, it's easier when you don't have to involve gasoline. I would rather not have to run the generator to distill this water, because then we have the bragging rights and the miracle of distilling the ocean with the sun. Right, she has finished her cycle, and so this is distilled ocean water, which I am going to pour in this cup. And the remnants are right in here, which is so cool. I've been really excited to do this, because that is salt water from the ocean, or it's like salt from the ocean salt. Literally, this is how the Israelis do it. They sell it. All right, so I have a bit of a tester here. Let's test it. This will test chlorine, pH, and total alkalinity. In right away, remove, and hold for 15 seconds. So because it's distilled water, I've owned a TDS meter. You can look at some of my previous videos. You'll see that total dissolved solids in distilled water are 0. That's why they call it like scientific water and use it for lab experiments and whatnot. So not surprising, there will be no chlorine in here, because it's 0 parts per million total dissolved solids, right? And as far as the pH goes, it seems to be low, on the low side, 6.7. Got an itchy nose. On the total alkalinity, again, low on the alkaline side. Again, none of this is surprising me. 80, maybe 40 on the total alkalinity side in parts per million. So we're going to leave that there. Nope. Going to leave that there. Now, of course, we're going to drink a glass of distilled water. It's been a while since I've had some good distilled water. The point of distilled water is that it's just water. Now, some people would say, oh man, Adam, if you drink distilled water, even 1 cup, you could die. So, you can take natural Himalayan salt or any type of dissolved solids if you want. And usually 1 grain equals 10 parts per million. So if you are so inclined and you're convinced that you're going to die if you drink distilled water, which is ridiculous, if you only drank distilled water and didn't eat any food, yes. But with a couple dashes of Himalayan salt, I can't notice a difference in taste. And I am soothing all the nerves of the weirdos out there who insist on drinking super hard water. Now let's see what we got out of there. Wow. I need a spoon. Pretty cool. We've made salt right here at L.O.V.E Farmstay from the ocean. And also, this is the byproduct, is salt that you can use or sell. And then the water is drinkable. And we did all this off-grid. And, you know, I can grind that up more. We can use all this. Check it out. Check it out.
So salty.
It's super salty. Salt, just like mortar and pestle it down if you wanted. Yeah, and it's so salty. Love Farmstay salt. You don't eat a lot of salt in this family, and so even this was from 2 liters of ocean water, and this might last us a month or more because we just don't eat that much salt. But yeah, pure ocean salt from L.O.V.E Farmstay. That's pretty cool, right? You watched it here happen right here. I was really excited to do it, and it's taken a long time to get to this point, but after a year of being here in Portugal, I'm celebrating by doing something I dreamt of in Niagara. Now, technically, we could sell this. If you want to come here and try it, you can. L.O.V.E Farmstay salt, which is a byproduct of distilling water. And so before you die of dehydration, distill the ocean. Even on days like today where it's overcast, you can still distill the ocean. And so there's no excuse to ever run out of drinking water. After a quick wipe down and cleaning with citric acid, she's good as new, and the Vivor water distiller will ride on. I drank all the distilled water already, and the salt has been put away, and we will use it when we use salt, which again is not a lot, but I don't use a lot of salt in my cooking, but we have lots of homemade L.O.V.E Farmstay Atlantic Ocean salt here. Pretty cool. So yeah, again, as you've seen, we have distilled the ocean so you do not dehydrate to death. And we have done it off-grid, and I made salt, which is the byproduct of desalination, which maybe they don't tell you. And you can sell that. The Israelis do it. Lots of people do it. You can sell the salt. You can use the salt. You can use it in bacalao if you are not if you're a meat eater. And that's pretty cool, I think. So thank you for coming out to my seminar. You too can live off grid and make your own salt and distill your own ocean water and never worry about dehydrating to death.